Verb conjugation is probably the most problematic part of learning French as a beginner. In this series, we will learn everything about it and, of course, practice a lot. We hope to make it as easy as it gets. In the first video, we learned all about verb conjugation. I eat, you eat, he eats. In English, we also have verb conjugation. You probably don't even realize it though. Primarily because you learned it as a kid and you just naturally registered it in your memory. And also because the conjugations are very simple. I bet you all know the verb eat becomes eats when it comes after he or she. This change in verb depending on the subject is basically verb conjugation. In French, we have verb conjugation, and sadly, unlike English, it's not as simple as it is in English. But I guess that's the beauty of learning a new language. You get to learn how diverse this world is. Anyway, getting back to the lesson, let's look at some of the most common verbs in French. Parler. To speak. We all know this word. In English, the conjugation goes like I speak, you speak, he or she speaks, we speak, they speak. Not much variation. In French, however, the conjugation would be je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il, elle parle. Interesting, right? Or maybe overwhelming. No worries, there's a pattern here, we'll learn them, and we also have some strategies to get used to with verb conjugations in French. First of all, we need to be clear with the subjects. We have je, which is I, tu, which is you for friends and for informal use. We have il, elle, on, he, she, or one. We have nous, which means we. Then we have vous, which means you. And we use this for people we want to show some respect to. Basically formal use. Il, elle, which means they. If you have a problem recalling them, simply divide these two into two groups. This is the singular group. Je, tu, il, elle, or on. And this is the plural group. We have nous, which is plural to je. We have vous, which is formal to tu. And we have il, elle, which are the plural to il, elle. This makes it much easier, right? Now let's get back to verb conjugation. How many verbs are there in a language? 1,000? 10,000? I don't know. We can't obviously memorize conjugations of all the verbs, so let's divide the verbs into three groups. Verbs that end with the letters E and R, verbs that end with the letters I and R, and verbs that end with the letters R and E. Here's a list of common verbs we use in French. Can you identify their endings? Manger ends with ER, aimer ends with ER, and finir ends with IR. Apprendre ends with RE. You can see that these verbs can be easily categorized into three groups based on how their spelling ends. At this point, you should take your notebook and make three columns and separate these verbs. Now that we have our verbs categorized, we will learn simple technique that can be applied to each of these groups. Verbs ending with the letters E and R generally conjugate like this. Je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il, elle parle. You can see the letters E and R are replaced. And for je, it was replaced with E. For to, it was replaced with es. For il and l, it was replaced with e again. For nu, it was replaced with ons. For vu, it was replaced with ez, and for il and l, it was replaced with ent. Verbs ending with the letters I and R generally conjugate like this: je finis, tu finis, elle finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, elles finissent. The letters I and R are replaced by, for je, is, for tu, is, for il and l, it, for nous, issons, for vous, issez, for il and l, issent. Verbs ending with the letters R and E generally conjugate like this: je vends, tu vends, elles vendent, nous vendons, vous vendez, elles vendent. The letters R and E are replaced by, for je, s, tu, s, il and l, there's no replacement, nous, ons, vous, ez, il and l, ent. Are you getting it? Or is it still overwhelming? Let me know in the comment section. I think that's enough for the first lesson. We'll learn more examples in our next lessons. And trust me, if you practice regularly, this will become very easy. If you like our videos and want us to keep making them, you can contribute as well. Just like, comment, share and subscribe. Also, you can follow us on our socials. That's all for today. See you in the next video.